Thank you, Joe. And thanks to the organizers for the chance to preach the green gospel to each of you. Tonight, I want to share my love for a simple act that will make a better world. This action is known as composting. To many, the environment is merely background. They see changes only when they see the trees bloom, or they see the water pollution in the Gulf waters this summer. But there's so much more to our natural earth, and our lives are truly enhanced and really only possible through our connection to the planet itself. Even the environmental community can miss the directness of this link to the earth. My green comrades spend time crying about a hole in the ozone miles above our heads, or railing against the drilling of oil and gas far beneath our feet. My goal tonight is to talk about the planet's surface. The surface defines life as we know it. To illustrate the importance, let's take a view from space and assess the Earth. It's a rock covered with water, about 3/4, with a little thin crust of topsoil. This layer is equivalent in thickness to the peel of an apple. This crust, or topsoil, hosts all plant life, which gives us all the oxygen we breathe. Outside of seafood, it produces and supports all the food we eat. If we have one duty as an earthling, it's to make more crust, to make more topsoil. Composting is not new. The Roman author Cato wrote about mixing manure with leaves 2,200 years ago to make more fertile soil around the olive trees. George Washington would proudly show people his compost operation at his farm. Even the master gardeners have a booth at the fair each year, teaching, educating people on composting. But many in our town don't know anything about it. We bag up our grass clippings and our leaves, and we dutifully put them at the curb for the trash man to be burned or buried away and lose all value. Let me be clear. Leaves and grass clippings are more valuable than trash. They should never leave your property. If anything, you should be like me and try to steal them from your neighbors. How do you start? You just make a pile. It will work fine. We recommend a bin to hold material together if you're actively composting. The natural heat from decomposition will speed up the process. There are different bin designs that I'm showing, even commercially made bins. But I'd really advise someone to just use fencing or salvage bricks or blocks. The best compost bin I ever saw was built by my father with 4 pallets, put together with coat hangers initially, and then hinges from the Habitat Humanity Restore. Each of the bin designs we have are proven to work, and if sized right, can make quick compost. I recommend about 4 feet by 4 feet by 4 feet high. That's the amount of compost it takes to build an oven where the mass builds up heat without the edges getting cold. Even in my own yard, I have a natural oven that costs nothing to heat. It gives me a product that other people buy at the store. If I do everything right, composting takes 2 months. If I do everything wrong, it takes 2 years. It still works. I add food items from my trash generation. Coffee grounds, eggshells, potato peels, fruit and vegetable scraps are all excellent sources of nutrients. What food should I not add? Meats and fats. They repel water. They slow down the process, and of course, they even attract rodents. If you really want super compost, try worm composting. An aquarium-sized bin of worms will eat a banana peel in 3 or 4 days. Best of all, the worms put a new compost out that's super powerful. In fact, so powerful, they sell it now in the garden stores by the 1-pound bag. Worm dirt is super fertile, and a mixture of it and water sprayed on indoor plants works like rocket fuel for natural fertilizer. The red worms also work and reproduce quickly, which allows me to think of myself even as a livestock farmer. This compost is fertile soil for our farms and our gardens here in Oklahoma. How do we go from the Dust Bowl to green country in 2 generations? We did it by making and taking care of our soil. Compost is magic. I add compost to all my gardens and plants. I think I like making dirt as much as I like planting in the dirt. I'm an urban dirt farmer. I learned, and now want to teach you tonight, that composting is truly the secret to gardening. Just imagine food waste, leaves, all working together with extra work at no extra cost. I plant a garden. I eat the vegetables. I save the leftovers, and magically make fertile dirt to add back to my garden. Every home in the city, and every city across the planet, should have a compost bin. It adds so much to our real quality of life. The act of composting can change us all. Composting is truly part of the real circle of life on Earth. Thank you.